Title 22, Inoperable Emergency Communications, Section 2201, Inoperable Emergency Communications, A in General, Section 3006, Public Law 109, 171, 47, United States Code 309, note is amended by 1, striking paragraph 1 and 2 in subsection A and inserting the following 1 and making the administrative action is necessary to establish, implement A, the granting program to assist the public safety agencies in planning and coordination associated with the acquisition of the development of and training with the use of inoperable communication equipment, software, and systems that 1, utilize reallocated public safety spectrum of the radio communication, 2, enable interoperability communications that can utilize reallocated public safety and spectrum radio communication, 3, authorize and improve advanced interoperable public safety communication systems that utilize public safety spectrum bands, B, used to establish implementation strategic technology reserve proposition secretary secure interoperable communication advanced intermediate deployment in emergency and major disasters. 2, shall make payments not exceeding $1 billion to integrate through fiscal year of 2010 digital television transition public safety fund established under section 309 J8E and Communications Acts of 1934 47 United States Code 309 J8E to carry out the grant program established under the paragraph 1 in which at least $75 million in the aggregated shall be appropriated but shall be aggregated shall be used purpose described in 1B and 3 shall may be funds allocated under the paragraph 1B and be used to purpose identified in the paragraph 1A and the public safety agency demonstrate that it has been already implemented in such strategic technology reserve demonstrated high priority public safety communications. 2, read designation subsection B, C, D, and subsection H, I, J, and respectively inserting in subsection A the following: B, eligible assistance under the grant program established in subparagraph A1A application shall submit an application in such time and in such form that containing the information the assistant secretary may require, including detailed explanation of how assistant recovered and how assistant received under the program would improve communication interoperability, ensure interoperability with the public and safety agencies, and emergency major disaster criteria for strategic technology reserves in general, evaluating permitted use of under subparagraph A1B. Assistant Secretary shall consider the technology evaluation communication technology devices with implemented risk of obsolescence and shall ensure the maximum extent feasible that is sustainable. The reserve involves pre-negotiated contracts other than agreements with redeployment equipment, supplies, systems, communication services related to such equipment, supplies, systems rather than warehousing and storage equipment supplies currently available at the time reserved and established. 2, the requirements and characteristics funding provided meet the described paragraph 1 shall be used in subparagraph reserve that A, capable of reestablishing communication, establishing critical infrastructure damage destroyed and emergency major costs. B, including appropriate currently widely equipment in land mobile radio system, cellular, telephone, satellite enabled equipment and related communication services, cells on wheels, cells on light trucks, other cell-contained mobile sites that contain towed backed up batteries, generators, fuels, and computers. C, including equipment on hand of the government, each state of the key emergency response official, appropriate state, local, and personnel. D, contracts including pre-negotiated contract related delivery most current technology avoidable commercial sources, including agreements training to ensure the personnel familiar operation equipment devices delivered pursuant to the contract. 3, additional characteristic portions to reserve the provincial may include donated and any kind of contribution basis allocation, and 4, allocation funded evaluation permitted under the paragraph A1B. Assistant Secretary shall account barriers immediately deployment, including time distance that they may slow the rapid deployment of the equipment supply system and communication services related to such equipment and supply systems in the event of emergency of state. D, the voluntary consensus standards in carrying out the section. Assistant Secretary cooperation with the Secretary of Homeland Security shall identify the necessary encourage development and implementation voluntary consensus standards in operable communications to the greatest extent practicable, but this shall not required. But the standard Inspector General report in the audits 1 reporting the first fiscal year beginning after the date of the implementation recommendations 9/11 Commission Act 2007, the Inspector General of the Department of Commerce shall conduct an annual assessment and management of the grant program implemented under Section A1 and transmit report containing the findings, assessment, recommendations related to the Senate Committee of the Congress sign Income, Transportation, House Representative Committee, and Energy and Commerce. Two of the audits were beginning with the first fiscal year at the beginning of the date of the Act Implementation Recommendation 9/11 Commission Act 2007. Inspector General Department of Commerce shall conduct financial audits and entities receiving the grants program and implemented under subsection A1 shall ensure that the course of the 4 years such audits recipient representative sample of not fewer than 25 states or territories result in any of the audits shall be made publicly available via website subject to redaction, and Inspector General determines necessary. The inspector. Well, the results of any such audit shall be. Inspector General of the Commerce shall conduct financial audit in entities receiving the grant program implemented under Section A1 and ensure that the course of 4 years audit should be recipient of the representatives ample of not fewer than 25 states or territories. The results of the public information website and such audits shall be made publicly available. The VIVA website subject the redaction of the Inspector General determines necessary to protect and classify other sensitive information. 5. The ruling construction. Nothing in section shall be construed and included under use of funds under sections by any public safety agency, interim and long-term protocol based on interoperable solutions. 3. Striking paragraph 3, subsection J, redesignated FCC vulnerability assessment report, emergency communication backup system in general, no later than 100 days of date enactment of this Act. Federal Communication shall conduct vulnerability assessment. National Critical Communication Information System and Structure shall evaluate technical facility creating backup emergency communications systems components, existing communication resources, taking into account necessary generation advancing communication technologies. They have overriding objective evaluation shall provide framework for the development, resilient, and operability communication system. Emergency Responder Emergencies Commission shall consult with the National Communication System shall evaluate all responsible operation, including satellites, shall evaluate responsibility reasonable options, including satellite, wireless, terrestrial-based communication systems. Other alternative transportation mechanisms can be used as TATEMs within existing technologies. To the factor of being evaluated under paragraph 1A, survey of the federal agency terrestrial satellite technology communication secretary of any evaluation feasibility using existing systems of the purpose creating an emergency backup public safety communications. C. Feasibility using private satellite wireless terrestrial networks emergency communications. C. Technical options to cost deployments methods software equipment handset desktop communication devices to public safety and entities in major urban areas nationwide. D. The feasibility of cost necessary change work operation terrestrial based and satellite systems enable centers to serve the emergency backup communication system. 3. In general, upon completion of evaluation under subsection A, the Commission of submitting the report Congress to the detailed findings of the evaluation, including the full inventory of existing public and private resources efficiently capable of providing emergency and combination communications. B. Classified index. The report critical infrastructure under subsection may contain classified annex. C. The retention clarification and information provided Congress any other department agency under the section Federal Communication Commission, including assigned level classification, and such information shall bind in Congress and Department of the agency. Joint Advisory Committee and Communication Capability, Emergency Medical and Public Health and Care Facilities. 1. Establishing Assistant Secretary of Commerce and Communication Information, Chairman of the Federal Communication Commission, consultant with the Secretary of Homeland Security, Secretary of Health, Human Services shall establish a joint advisory committee to examine communication capabilities. Needs emergency medical public health care facilities. Joint advisory committees shall be composed individuals with expertise communication technologies, emergency medical public health care, including representative federal, state, local government, industrial, non-profit health organization, academia, educational institution duties. Joint advisory committees. A. Assessment of specific communication capabilities needs emergency medical public health care facilities, including improvement basic voice data and broadband capabilities. B. Assessment option accommodated growth basic emerging communication services, emergency medical public health care and facilities. C. Access options improve integration communication systems used in emergency medical, public health, and facilities with existing future emergency communication networks. D. The reporting of the Senate and Committee of the Commerce, Science, the Transportation, and Human House of Representative Committee of the Emergency Commerce within 6 months after the day of the enactment of the Act. The authorization of emergency medical public health communication pilot projects of 42 United States Code 247 D3A note. In general, Assistant Secretary of Commerce Communication Information may establish not more than 10 geographical dispersed project grants, emergency medical public health care facilities to improve capabilities of emergency communication systems, emergency medical care facilities 10 to the amount of maximum. The Assistant Secretary may not provide more than $2 million federal assistance under the pilot program. C3. The cost of sharing. The Assistant Secretary may provide for more than 20% of the costs incurred during the period of the grant in any project of the pilot program. 4. Maximum period of grants. Assistant Secretary not funded applicant under the pilot program more than 3 years. 5. The deployment of distribution. Assistant Secretary shall seek the maximum extent practicable to ensure the broad geographical distribution project site. 6. To transfer information technology. The Assistant Secretary shall establish mechanisms to ensure the information knowledge gained by the participant pilot program transferred among the pilot program participant and otherwise interested party, including the applicant submitted an application. Section 2202. Clarification congressional intent. The federal departments and agencies, including the independent, identified under the provisions of Title and Title III of this Act of Title 6 of Public Law 109295 shall carry out the respective duties of the responsibility in a manner that does not impede implementation recommendation or specified under Title III of the Act of Title 6 of Public Law 109295, notwithstanding obligations under the Section 1806 of Public Law 109295, provisions of Title and Title 3 of Title 6 of Public Law 109295 shall not preclude, obstruct such department, agency exercising authorities related to emergency communication or matters. Section 2203. Crossing border inoperable reports. Canada and Mexico. 6 United States Code 194. Note: in general, not later than 90 days after the date of enactment, the Federal Communication Commission, in consulting with the Department of Homeland Security Office, Emergency Communication Office Management Budget Department, shall report the Senate Committee of Commerce, Science, Transportation, and House of Representatives Committee of Energy, Commerce on 1. Status mechanism established in President under Section 7303 of Intelligent Reform Terrorism Prevention Act of 2004, 6 United States Code 194, coordinated with cross-border interoperability issues between the United States and Canada, United States and Mexico. To the states of treaty negotiations with Canada and Mexico regarding coordination rebanded as in the 800 megahertz radios required in final rules of Federal Communication Commissions of Private Land Mobile Services 800 megahertz and public safety and interfaces proceeds. WT docket numbers 02-55 ET docket number 02-258 docket number 295-18 RM 9498 RM 124 FCC 04-168, including the status of any outstanding issue of negotiations between the United States and Canada, and B, the United States and Mexico. 3. The communications between the Commission and the Department of State Policy, possible amendments to the bilateral agreements, the protocol, the government coordination process lines, the license application seeking the channel's frequency of the line. A. The annual rejection rate of the last 5 years of the United States application of the new channels of frequency, Canadian private public entities. 5. The additional procedure mechanism that can take on the Commission to decrease the rejection of the application of the United States private public entities seeking licenses to use the channel frequency of line. A. Updated reports to be filled to the status of the treaty of negotiation of the Federal Communication Commission in the conjunction of the Department of Homeland Security Office of Budget Management, Budget of Transportation, Budget and Department of State, and usually report of Committee of Commerce of Science, Transportation, Senate of Committee of Emergency Commerce of House of Representatives, and status of treaty negotiation under Section A2 of the Appropriation of the United States Treaty has been revised to each of the 1. Canada 2 in Mexico. C. International negotiations to remedy situation not later than 90 days date of the enactment. The Secretary of the Department of State shall report to the Congress on 1 current process consideration application Canadian frequency channels of the United States communication on above line. A. Status current renegotiation confirmed and revised. 3. Estimated conclusion of the negotiation. 4. The current process allows automatic denials, dismissals, initial application of government Canadians, whether the denials, dismissals are dismissals are currently or occurring, or 5. Communications with the Department of State or Federal Communication Commissions pursuant subsection A3. Section 224.04 extension of the short quorum, notwithstanding section 4D of the Consumer Product Safety Act and 15 United States Code 2053D. 2 members of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, if they are not affiliated with the same political party, shall constitute the quorum in a 6-month period beginning with the date of enactment. Section 2205 requirements to report is submitted to certain 6 United States Code 194 committees. Additional committees specifically enumerated to receive reports under this title. Any report transmitted under the provision of the title shall be transmitted to appropriate congressional committees as defined in Section 22, Section 22 of the Homeland Security of 2002, 6 United States Code 1012. Title 13 Emergency Communication Modernization.